Hello everyone, welcome back to the Jobs and Education YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to see some more physics previous Ecet questions. Let's dive into the questions. First question. Here, it is asked that ml square t power minus 3 is the dimensional formula of. So here some dimensional formula is given and the dimensional formula is for which option? Let's see the options. Option 1 energy, second force, third power, fourth density. Here the answer is power. The answer is power. Let's see. We know the power SI units are watts, are also called joule per second or Newton meter per second. We know that dimensional formula for newtons is Newton meter per second is ml square t power minus 3. So this given ml square t power minus 3 is the dimensional formula for the quantity power. Here the question reads, the work function of AI, K and PT is 4.38 eV, 2.36 eV and 5.60 eV respectively. Their respective threshold frequencies would be, so here given three metals Al, K, PT and their work function values are 4.38 eV, 2.36 eV and 5.60 eV. So he is asking that their respective threshold frequencies would be. Here we should learn that work function is equals to H constant into threshold frequency. If we remove this H, we can write work function is directly proportional to threshold frequency. If work function increases, threshold frequency increases. If work function decreases, threshold frequency decreases. So here the highest work function value is for PT. So first threshold frequency will be PT, will be greater than. Second highest work function is 4.38 eV, it is for AL. So second is AL, it is greater than. Third work function is 2.36 eV, it is for K. So the answer is PT greater than AL greater than K. So check for the answers. Wrong, first is wrong, second wrong, third wrong, fourth is the correct answer. So here at last the work function is directly proportional to the threshold frequency. Let's go into the next question. Here the question will be, the critical angle of a denser medium of refraction index √2 is. Here the refractive index √2 is given for a denser medium. He is asking that what is the critical angle. Let's see the options. Option 1 60, option 2 45, option 3 30, option 4 0. These all are in degrees. Let's see the answer. Here if C is critical angle, then sin C is equals to 1 by n, where n is the refractive index of the material. In question the given refractive index as √2. Now n equals to √2, nothing but n is the refractive index, so n equals to √2. Now apply sin C is equals to 1 by n, n is nothing but √2. Then calculate C. For sin, what is the value of angle for 1 by √2? 45 degrees. So the answer is 45 degrees when the refractive index is √2. Now let's see the next question. Here given that a gas is heated through 1 degree centigrade in a closed vessel. See here, closed vessel means volume is constant. Closed vessel means the volume is constant. So in that closed vessel where the volume is constant, a gas is heated through 1 degree centigrade. He is asking that its pressure is increased by 0.4%. When the gas is heated through 1 degree centigrade, its pressure is increased by 0.4%. The initial temperature of the gas is, what is the initial temperature of the gas? Let's see the options. 23 degrees centigrade, minus 23 degrees centigrade, 33 degrees centigrade minus 33 degrees centigrade. So they given positive values for 2, 23 and 33 and negative values for 2, 23 and 33. So we should not confuse here. Now let's see the answer. See, we know that when volume is constant, pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So we can write P1 by T1 equals P1 by P2 is equals to T1 by T2. So what is the initial pressure? P. We should find it. Then what is the final pressure? It is increased by 0.4%. So P plus 0.004 of initial pressure, that is equals to, what is the T1? T1 plus 273 degrees. What is T2? It is increased by 1 degree centigrade. So T1 plus 274. Okay. Now P, assume 1 bar pressure. Then initial pressure is 1. Final pressure is 1.004. Now calculate this equation. You get T equals to minus 23 degrees centigrade. So here we see in this answer T equals to minus 23 degrees centigrade. Just we have to concentrate on this word, closed vessel. V equals to constant, volume equals to constant. When the volume is constant, pressure is directly proportional to temperature, and you should take the initial and final values and calculate the T. Let's dive into the next question. Here the next question reads, find the cross product of two vectors. He given two vectors and he is asking to find the cross product of both. The vectors are, first vector 2i plus 3j plus k, and second vector 3i plus 2j plus k. So here he given some options. First option I plus j minus 5k, second option 2i plus 3j plus k, third option I plus 2j plus k, and fourth option 2i minus j minus 5k. Now let's see the answer, how to find the cross product of two vectors. Now this is the main formula. You should write a matrix like I, j, k. In the given vectors we have three terms I, j, k, and the numbers before this I, a1, and number before j, a2, and number before k, a3, and in the second vector assume b1, b2, b3. Now write that a values and b values. I, j, k. In first vector, before I the value is 2, before j the value is 3, before k the value is 1. So similarly in the second vector the values b1, b2, b3 are 3, 2, 1. Now you should find the matrix I. For I, the product of this a2, b3 minus b2, a3. See, for I, the product of a2, b3 means 3 ones are 3 minus 2 ones are 2. This is the value. And for j, you should take minus j. Now for j, remove these terms. Remove these terms and multiply. Remove these terms and multiply this. 2 ones are 2 minus 3 ones are 3. This is the value, 2 minus 3. And for k, remove these values. And 2 2s are 4. 3 3s are 9. Sorry, here 9. Okay. Now calculate this value. 3 minus 2, 1. 1 into I. 2 minus 3, minus 1. Minus j into minus 1, plus j. Okay. Now this 4 minus 9 means minus 5. The value will be minus 5k. So here the answer is I plus j minus 5k. The option A is correct. Now let's see the next question. A car moving on straight road accelerates from a speed 4.1 meter per second to a speed 6.9 meter per second in 5 seconds. What was its average acceleration? He is saying that a car moving with 4.1 meter per second is increased its speeds to 6.9 meter per second within just 5 seconds. So he is asking to calculate what is the average acceleration. Here the acceleration is nothing but velocity by time. So he asked average. So average of velocity by average of time. v2 minus v1 by t2 minus t1. What is the v2? Is increased to the speed to 6.9 meter per second. What is the initial velocity? 4.1 meter per second. What is the change in time? Within 5 seconds he changed his speeds. So the time t2 minus t1 will be 5. By calculating this, 2.8 by 5 we will get, that is equals to 0.56 meter per second square. The answer will be 0.56 meter per second square. Here you should know that acceleration equals to velocity by time. This is the main formula and important formula. Let's see the next question. Find the kinetic energy of a bullet of mass 0.05 kg if it moves with a velocity 100 meter per second. He is given that mass and he also given velocity. He is asking to find kinetic energy. We know that kinetic energy equals to half mv square. Substitute the values of m and substitute the value of v. We will get the answer. Half, what is the mass? 0.05 into velocity 100 square. So 0.05 into 100 will be 5. 5 into 100, 500 by 2. 500 by 2 is nothing but 250 joules. The units of kinetic energy is joules. It is important. The answer is 250 joules. Let's see the next question. What is the velocity of sound wave in air at 0 degrees centigrade? Is asking that at 0 degrees centigrade in air, what is the velocity of sound wave? Here we can see the options: 350 meter per second, 330 meter per second, 360 meter per second, 380 meter per second. Here the answer is 330 meter per second. The velocity of sound wave in air at 0 degree centigrade is 330 meter per second. Remember this answer and we'll see the next question. Here, read the following statements about the viscosity, then choose the correct option. He given two statements A and B. Read them and then choose the correct option from these four options. Let's read the statements. Statement A: the viscosity of liquids increase as the temperature increase. If temperature increase, what's about viscosity of liquids? The viscosity of liquids increases. And let's see the statement B: the viscosity of gases increases as the temperature increases. If temperature again increases, then what about the viscosity of gases? Viscosity of gases also increases. Now we can conclude that if temperature increase, both viscosity of liquids and gases will increase. So these two statements are correct. Let's see the option. Both A and B are correct. Let's see the next question. A copper wire of length 2 meter is stretched by 2 centimeters. Then find the strain on the wire. If given a copper wire of length 2 meter, it is stretched by 2 centimeters. Then find the strain. Strain is nothing but the final length minus initial length by initial length into 100. No need of this 100. So here final length will be, already it is 2 meters. It is stretched by 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters is nothing but 0.02 meters. So final length will be 2 plus 0.02, nothing but 2.02. Minus, what is the initial length? 2 meters. 2 by what is divided by initial length? 2. 2.02 minus 2, 0.02 divided by 2, 0.01. The strain will be 0.01. The option 4 is the correct. The formula for strain is final length minus initial length by initial length. Remember this formula. Let's see the next question. Choose the correct expression for Ohm's law. Ohm's law. We know that voltage is directly proportional to current. If we remove this directly proportional to, we'll get V equals to IR. Then he given in terms of V and I. Check for V. R by I, this is wrong. I by R, this is wrong. For I equals to, send this R to the denominator, V by R. I equals to V by R. The first option is the correct. Let's see the next question. 1 ampere, 2 ampere and 3 ampere currents are flowing a junction. Then find how much current will flow out from the junction. Suppose think there is a junction and 3 connections are there. This is 1 ampere, this is 2 ampere and 3 amperes. So he is asking that from this junction how much current will flow out. So these 3 are moving away. These 3 are moving away. So add these 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3. The answer is 6 ampere. Option A is correct. Let's see the next question. Read the following statements about magnetism. About magnetism, read the following statements and choose the correct option from the following. Option A. Statement A. The two poles of a magnet will have equal pole strength. Equal pole strength. Suppose this is a magnet, north pole and south pole. These two poles have equal strength. First statement is correct. Like poles of magnet will attract each other. North and north will attract or repel. Same poles will repel. Means the second statement is wrong. Third statement, magnetic poles can be isolated from each other. Magnetic poles cannot be isolated from each other. This is also wrong. Fourth statement is the magnetism in the middle of a bar magnet is minimum. The magnetism in the middle of bar magnet is minimum. At this bar magnet, the middle portion, the magnetism will be minimum. This statement is correct. Here A and D statements are correct. B and C statements are wrong. So the option 4 is correct. A and D are correct statements.